many just feel his love in this place tonight? Thank you, Jesus. You need me. We're all a part of God.
The question is, what images do black people hold about ourselves that affects our focus on our physical selves rather than our mental and spiritual selves? Why is it that all we focus on is, I'm just trying to make it to the weekend, I'm just trying to get a job? We don't invest in the evolution of our minds or our spiritual selves. It's all about the physical. It's about what I drive, what I own, what I got. It's all about possession. We don't realize that we are much more spiritually and mentally than we are physically. But our whole focus is on the physical. Look what I got. Look what I got on. Look how I'm looking. Look. It's all about the physical. Yeah.
I think because we have adopted the Western society, you know, like everything is separate, and then it's about the tangible, what we can see with our eyes. You know, our ancestors knew that it was more than that. You know, but ever since we've been over here, you know, over the hundreds of years, we've adopted a similar Western attitude that is material and physical, whatever, the same type of thought. You know?
It's the images that we hold of ourselves that keeps us locked on the physical level of being. So we're overly concerned about our survival. And it's not that you should be concerned about survival, but if that's the beginning and the end, then what about the world? Who's going to take care of all the responsibilities and problems and needs? And, you know, if you only focus on your own personal survival.
You mentioned survival, but I remember we used the term victim image.
Yeah.
Or something you said just when you were on to that. Now, would that be still related to the whole survival?
Yeah. What Ruiz talks about again in the book, how many of you read The Four Agreements? He talks a lot about the victim and the judge. Those are the two dominant roles, positions that we take. Either we're judging ourselves based on the standards and the values that we've been given, and we're holding ourselves accountable for not meeting the measure in regards to that, or we're being victimized by not measuring up to what our judgment says that we're supposed to be. But both of those positions are just small aspects of who we are. But we make those two sides the only side that we are. And that's all we relate to. That's all we identify with.
I was thinking one of the images that we have is that all of the power is outside of us. So within us, we don't even look within us.
Right.
There's nothing in there, so it's all out.
Yeah, it's all outward. And again, that's part of that physical over obsession with the physical. You know, because we're always looking external. We never look within. And most of our prosperity, most of our wealth and resources in here. It ain't out there. And if we would cultivate this, then all those other things,
And we're all set
all those other things, didn't Jesus say that? All those other things will be added. I want to give you some other ways to engage your root chakra. Your root chakra channels energy upwards through the feet, up through your legs, all the way to the base of your spine. Energy goes up your spine, where it's transmuted into different forms so that the body can use it. The body recognizes that energy flow as signals to balance the glandular system within your body. So again, when you stimulate your root chakra, you're sending a signal to all your other chakras to regulate, to self-regulate. When you don't get the full flow of earth energy, imbalances result in the physical body. So what you're doing when you're working with the root chakra is working on grounding and rooting yourself. First started what we call core in the church. We learned about 12 different kinds of therapies. And one of the ones that really fascinated me was called touch therapy, or reflexology, or acupressure. I mean, it's a lot in different religions and different philosophies. It has different names, but it's all the same. You're working with touch and the body. So reflexology is a very, very effective way to work with the chakras. The feet and the hands are the two areas you focus on with reflexology. Why? Because all your nerve endings are in your feet and in your hands. So stimulating the energy flow in your feet or hands stimulates the flow of energy throughout your whole body. And if anybody who struggles with poor circulation knows, what's the first thing that loses circulation on your body? Your hands and your feet. Okay, so working with your feet is a good way to stimulate that earth energy and to balance the energy flow in your body. The suppression of sexual urges and energies can result in disease and imbalance, such as hemorrhoids, prostate cancer, those kind of things are the result of an imbalance of root chakra energy. You might have other kinds of feet problems, knee problems, all that's related to the root chakra. Anything that happens below the base of your spine is all related to your root chakra. Okay, so when you're doing reflexology, that's what you're trying to focus on, whatever those physical problems, issues are. So I want to give you some exercises that you can do. Okay, you got to put pressure on it.
You just hold it, or do you?
You just hold it.
Okay.
Okay, you just hold it and press. You want to do it at least for about 4 or 5 minutes. You know, so, you know, yeah, on and off. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. For at least 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, and whatever part of your foot that you're stimulating, whether it's the crown chakra, the root, whatever, that bone right there in the middle of your big toe, that's the third eye. Right at the base of your big toe, that bone, that second bone right there, that's your throat chakra. So if you're dealing with a cold or any kind of respiratory issue, that's where you're going to put pressure. When you're doing that, you have to do more than just press your toe. You also have to mentally think about what issue you have related to this chakra that you're trying to release or let go of. You want to put a visual image, or if you can't think of a visual image, then you think of the color related to that chakra. Okay, so that's want to put your thought on what you're doing. Focus your thought on what you're trying to resolve as it relates to that particular chakra. If it's pain, I want to let go of this pain. Okay, but you want to say it in a way that is affirming and not reinforcing the pain. Okay, so don't be emotional. Get out of me, pain! You know, you want to invite the stress to go away. And tell yourself with every breath, I'm relaxing my body, all stress, all pain, and being absorbed. You know, you want a soothing thought. If you can't think of anything, say put on some calming music. Let the music do it for you. You don't have to, you know, play mental. I want to share with you another very effective tool for your feet. Working with your root chakra. Anything you do with your feet is related to your root chakra. There's another movement that we used to do is very effective in balancing your root chakra. And it's very simple. Focus on the balls of your feet. Okay? And you do this with your shoes off. You do it in your sock feet or barefoot. But you're just raising your heels and lowering your heels in a rhythmic pattern. Okay? Up and down. Up, down. And you want to put the emphasis on the down, because you stimulate your root chakra when you do that. Okay, you do that 5 minutes. If you can't do 5, do 2. Start, you know, don't push yourself too hard, but do what you can do. But the more you do it, the easier it will become. Now, that's just the simplest form of it. Okay, if you do it and you raise your hands. Okay, you're adding to the effectiveness of that movement, because you're working with gravity and balance. So that's taking it to another level. You want to turn it up to the 3rd degree, then you add a chant. Who? Okay, that's the chant that you do when you're working with your root chakra. H-O-O. Who? Every time you come down, who? 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 Make sure your neighbor is not. You know, you don't want somebody to say, what is he doing? But every time you come down, it's 5 minutes. Do the who with your hands raised, coming down on the ball of your feet. That's, again, the most effective way that movement can stimulate your root chakra. The more you employ all of these different avenues as you do it, the more effective it's going to be. Okay.
Not some of your needs. Every last one of them. And they're going to be. Oh, you important to the Lord.